Hi, I'm the anxious girly, and this is really uncomfortable. Welcome back. Today, I buried one of my closest friends. I'm making this episode because right now I am sitting with a tremendous amount of guilt to the point where I don't know if I can sit with it. So, the only thing I know to do is to plonk myself down here and talk about it. My friend had a condition called Fanconi anemia. He had battled cancer several times in his life and was actually considered lucky to have reached the age that he did. When he became ill again, in my head, I just thought, he'll beat this again. He'll do it again. But this time he didn't. And today I had to say goodbye to him. Like, really, say goodbye. I've spoken about grief on the Anxious Girly before, but this time round, I want to speak about a different kind of grief that's affecting me today. It's the guilt that comes with grief. Not only am I faced with the fact that I'm never going to see my friend ever again, never. I'm also faced with the fact that I will never be able to forgive myself that I didn't do more for him in his time of need. Because I was so wrapped up in my own struggles, I failed to see that there was somebody who needed my time. And that's really difficult for me to admit. I can sit here and say that my own mental health wasn't great. I was going through my own struggles, but none of those are going to help me sit with what I'm feeling right now. I wished I'd have seen him more. I wished I'd have messaged more. I wish I'd have just made time. And I think that the reason I didn't is just so painfully simple. It's, I genuinely thought there would always be time. He'd had cancer before. He'd beaten it. He'd already beaten the life expectancy given to him. I genuinely thought he was going to get better. I didn't consciously think, oh, I'll see my friend another day, or, oh, it doesn't matter about him. It was more somewhere in the back of my mind. I believed there would be another day. He would always be there, and that is so incredibly selfish of me to think. But I can't take that back. Something I've realized about grief is that hindsight can be brutal because I'm looking back with information that I didn't have 2, 3 months ago. Now I know that those were my friend's final months. There wasn't going to be another Christmas, another birthday, another day to reply to his message. And because I know what I know now, my brain, it keeps beating myself up. On loop, I just keep having the, why didn't you just go see him? Why didn't you just force yourself to message back? What could possibly have been more important? The me a couple of months ago did not know what I know today. I thought my friend would survive. And I know I'm not the only person that has done this or is doing this currently, because we all behave in a way where we think time is guaranteed. All of us, we all at some point in our lives have gone, I'll reply to that later, or we'll arrange something soon. We'll sort this when it calms down. For the most part, there usually is a tomorrow until there isn't. There's something that I'm trying to teach myself right now, and that is regretting doesn't mean that I didn't love him. Regretting how I acted does not take away the fact that I loved him as a friend dearly, and he meant so much to me. I can regret not being there more without rewriting our entire friendship. Because before my friend got seriously ill again, there were years before that. There were conversations, there were moments of laughter, moments of joy. There was an entire human being and an entire friendship that stood before the cancer took him. And maybe there is somebody out there right now that needs to hear this. The final chapter in someone's life does not override the chapters that came before it. I wished I'd have done things differently. I really do. Wishing that I had been a better friend does not erase the friendship that we had. It doesn't mean that I never loved my friend. I keep catching myself thinking that I have to live with this guilt forever now. Like, this is just something I permanently have to carry for the rest of my life. Like some sort of punishment. As if carrying it around would somehow prove my love for him. But what does that actually achieve? Because let's say I've got another 40, 50 years ahead of me. Does punishing myself for that period of time benefit anyone? It certainly doesn't benefit my friend. It doesn't give him another day. It just means that his death has yet again another negative impact on somebody that loved him. Maybe I don't have to get rid of the regret, the guilt that I'm feeling, but I can certainly choose what to do with it. And I think that my friend would want me to do something far more positive than just sitting here punishing myself. I don't want this to become one of those cliche speeches about live every day like it's your last, because let's be real, most of us can't. We've got work, we've got bills to pay, we've got responsibilities. Sometimes we're tired too and we don't have the capacity to show up for everyone, even if we have their best interests at heart. But maybe, just maybe, we can just stop assuming there's going to be more time and just take things a little more seriously. Send that stupid message. Tell your friend that you love them. Actually arrange that trip that you have been putting off for 6 months. Take the photo. Go meet that person for a coffee. And if someone you love is ill, don't automatically assume that they're going to get better. Maybe go and see them whilst they're still here. Not because everybody is going to die tomorrow, but because people aren't permanent. And that goes for us too. If you're feeling the way I'm feeling right now, and you've got a bucket list of things that you wished you would have said, wished you would have done before somebody passed away, I'm not going to tell you don't feel guilty. Because if someone said that to me right now, I would probably flip out. Maybe you should have made more time. Maybe you should have told them what you needed to say. One thing I know is that my friend would not want me sitting here wallowing over this. I know he would look me dead in the eyes and say, Modesty, what's done is done. I need you to move on now. I need you to forgive yourself and remember our good times. And if I'm trying not to punish myself, you can certainly try to, for them. Today I said goodbye to one of my closest friends, and I really don't feel like doing the little anxious girly wrap up I usually do. I'm sad. I feel angry that he had to go through so much, and I'm scared at how fragile life can be. And yes, I feel guilty. But at the end of the day, these feelings just prove I'm alive and I'm human, and I'm going to go with that. So if you take anything away from this, it's make more time for the people you love, because later isn't always promised. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.